Now entering the ring is class number 1 Dorper yearling ewes in the breeding sheep show. On the Weathershire side, class 101 Dorset Weathers is now entering the ring. If we can have that class number 2 Dorper Fall ewe lambs to the makeup ring, please, as well as class 102 Speckled Weathers to the makeup ring, please. Final call for that class number 2 Dorper Fall ewe lambs to the makeup ring, please. Final call, class number 2 Dorper Fall ewe lambs to the makeup ring. This will be the second call for class 102 Speckled Weathers to the makeup ring, please. Class 102 Speckled Weathers to the makeup ring, please. Just a reminder, at the conclusion of class 106, we will be selecting our champion and reserve champion weather. At the conclusion of class 106, we will be selecting our champion and reserve weather.
Good morning. Starting out here with the Dorset Weather division here. We got a really good trio of sheep here, and there's some give and take in these first two, obviously, in maturity, and you pick which end point you need. I think both these top two sheep are extremely good and got some give and take about them. I like the overall balance and completeness of the one in first. I just think this one, when you put your hands on him, he's got a bigger rack. He's very square out in his loin edge. He's a big pin sheep. I would like to shallow him up from the side, but I think this particular sheep, you find the end point that you need, and I think he'll fit into that pretty nicely. Now, if you tell me this one in second is definitely better in his neck set and his shoulder blade, I definitely agree. I love the front 1/3 of this sheep. I think this one's got a lot of future on a later end point. I'd like to just maybe change him a little bit in terms of length of body. I think he's just maybe just a nickel shorter, but that sheep will feed forever, and you just make that balance and body shape fit to where your end point is, and I think you'll be just fine. Now we got a bigger frame sheep here in third, and I really like the pattern and design of this sheep. I think this sheep designs really well from the side. He's still got a nice shape to his top. You got an earlier show, he'll definitely fit that. So we got three really good sheep here. I think they've all got three different end points, and are all very good.
We're on the papered side, starting with the Dorper yearling ewes. The ewe I'm going to elect to start with, a ewe for me today. She's just a lot more robust and bolder in her rib design. Ewe that gets out, she's wider at the ground and really travels on an excellent set of feet and legs. I love her from her hip back. Just an awful nice ewe to start this class. Not taking anything away from our ewe here in second. A real high volume kind of ewe. A ewe that's got a lot of rib dimension to her. Another ewe that when she gets out and travels really good on her feet and legs. An awful nice pair of yearling ewes to start off today in the Dorpers.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 1 Dorper yearling ewes. First place lot 75 Emmensoft Livestock. Second place lot 82 Vieira Ranch. Results from class number 101 Dorset Weathers. First place, lot 137 Fisher Club Lambs. Second place, lot 141 Foreman Livestock. Third place, lot 186 Dow Club Lambs. Now entering the ring is class number 102 Speckled Weathers. On the weather sire side, on the breeding side, class number 2 Dorper Fall ewe lambs. Now entering the ring is class number 102 Speckled Weathers. On the weather sire side, on the breeding side, class number 2 Dorper Fall ewe lambs.
Really good pair of Speckled Weathers in this particular drive. And again, we got different end points in mind for these two, but the one that wins this class, certainly a high caliber one that really demands your attention, especially when you put your hands on him. A big rack sheep, square in his loin edge, big pinned. Very good design sheep from the side, still good ribbed and good balance and good underline. I think when that one's ready, he's going to be a very competitive player. This sheep here in seconds, obviously a little closer to his end point. He is a big, heavy muscled sheep that's extra long-bodied, extra hard handling. I'd just like to maybe tweak him up a little bit in his front end, but another good pair of sheep with different end points.
Results from class number 102 Speckled Weathers. First place, lot 174 Fisher Club Lambs. Second place, lot 346 Kamazi Sheep. Now entering the ring is class number 103 Hampshire Weathers.
We're on the Dorper Fall ewe lamb side. The fall ewe lamb, I'm going to elect to start with an individual for me. When she gets out and she travels, she stays in nickel smoother and her shoulder blade ties together a little better for me. When you get her, especially back over her loin, and it's polishes out on her loin edge and her hips, she's just a lot more of her compared to our ewe in second. Ewe in second is probably a little builder in her rib design. She's a little deeper in her flank area compared to our class winner. But when I get right up over top of her, just not quite as much of her as our class winner to win today.
Really got a good one here in the Hampshire drive, just a single entry, but boy, one you definitely need to take a look at. First of all, on a side view, for a sheep this powerful, you really got to like his underline, and as shallow as he is to his front end, definitely progression of his underline is very good. The feet and legs are very good. Then you get on top of him, this thing is massive. He's got a big, robust cage. ends up going back into a big square loin edge. You might want to just lift his tail up a little bit, but maybe make his hip just a little bit longer. But this sheep here, definitely a high caliber one that you got to take a look at today.
Results from class number 103, Hampshire Weathers. First place, lot 184, Dow Club Lambs.
We have our senior champion in the Dorper show. For me today, I think it comes down to the two ewes on the front line. For me today, I really like this fall ewe lamb. I like the way she's put together and designed. She's a nickel, maybe shallower compared to our yearling ewe. But a ewe, when both of them, when they get out and they travel and they go, they really get out and they move smoothly and nicely. For me today, your senior champion is going to be your fall ewe lamb. Our yearling ewe is going to be reserved senior champion.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Now entering the ring on the weather side is class number 104, Natural Color Weathers. Your champion, Dorper ewe, came out of class number 2, lot 76, Emmensoft Livestock, and your reserve champion came out of class number 1, lot 75, Emmensoft Livestock. Now in the ring is class number 3, the Dorper Junior Division.
Guess over here in Dorper, this is a junior show, just 2 entries. One's a breeding ewe and one's a market lamb or market type ewe. For me today, obviously, champion ewe for your breeding show is going to be the bigger ewe lamb up here on the top. A real robust ewe. She's really nice and got a lot of turn to her rib shape. Comes back into a big full hip and got a lot of center part of muscle. When you get her out and move, she gets out and travels really free and easy and nice. For our market lamb type, a little ewe lamb here comes next in line. I think for me, just a little more shapely down her top line, out through her hip and the center part of her leg. She's a little more creased up. So a very nice representation of both.
Results from class number 3, Dorper Junior Division. First place, Emmensoft Livestock. Second place, Emmensoft Livestock.
We've got 4 really good natural colored weathers here, and they all got some give and take about them, and they're all very good in certain areas, and I think all 4 of these are going to work in a certain endpoint that maybe can fit you. I think the most complete one is the one that we're going to start off with. Now, I would like to change him a little bit through his forerib, But this sheep certainly handles the best. He's got the best wedge shape down his top and down through his loin edge and down through his hip. I think one there that certainly looks like he'll feed really well. Now, the one in second's obviously the powerhouse in this group. Still very shallow from the side and round-bodied and opened up. I'd like to maybe just change the way his head and neck come out of the top side of his blade, maybe extend him a little bit as you compare him to the one in first. The one in third, maybe a little plainer from the side. His blade's getting just a nickel longer for me, but once you put your hands on him from his shoulders back, he's a very good sheep. Big rack shape, big flat loin edge, very good on his feet and legs. The one in fourth probably got the hardest touch to him, and I certainly appreciate that. And if we could change his shoulder blade and his neck set, he'd certainly win the class. But I just got to redesign where his chine bone sits relative to his skeleton. But boy, you talk about one that's got a big hard touch and a big square loin edge. Certainly another sheep to take a look at today.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 104, Natural Color Weathers. First place lot 329, Mickelson Club Lambs. Second place lot 185, Dow Club Lambs. Third place lot 364, Flessner Club Lambs. Fourth place lot 377, Brady Showstock.
Only a single entry in our Katahdin Junior show over here. A really nice ewe. She's got some substance of bone to her. When you get up over top of her and get your hands on her, this ewe's got a lot of dimension to her and got a lot of natural product to her. A very high quality individual. Congratulations, young lady.
Results from class number 4, Katahdin Yearling Rams. First place lot 58, KRK Katahdins. Excuse me, that was our junior division in the breeding sheep ring. Now in the ring on the Weather Sire side is class number 105, Alay Black Nose Weathers. First place in your Katahdin Junior show is Ellie. Now entering the ring is class number 4, Katahdin Yearling Rams. Final call for class number 5, Katahdin Fall Rams to the makeup ring, please. This will be the first call for class number 6, Katahdin January Ram Lambs. Now entering the ring on the Weather Sire side is class number 105, Alay Black Nose Weathers.
I got a single entry in our Katahdin yearling buck show. A buck that's got some mass to him. A buck it's a heavy-footed buck. Got some substance of bone to him. A buck we'll evaluate him a little more when he comes back in the jive.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 4, Katahdin Yearling Rams. First place lot number 58, KRK Katahdins.
Just a pair of these black nose weathers, and I got to admit this is the closest I've ever been to one of these, but my daughter once won terribly, and these things are awesome footed. That's one thing I guess all the breeds in this barn could probably take a look at is these feet on these things are just perfect. The built the way they're supposed to be, and I really appreciate that. As we compare the first two, the one in first just is a little more opened up in his cage and a little leveler in his top, but both very good projects.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 5, Katahdin Fall Rams. This is the final call for class number 6, Katahdin January Ram Lambs to the makeup ring, please. Final call, class number 6, Katahdin January Ram Lambs to the makeup ring, please. Now entering the ring on the weather sire side is class number 106, Crossbred Weathers. Just a reminder, we need those first and seconds from classes 102, 3, 4, and 5 to be ringside and ready, please, for the selection of our champion and reserve champion weather. Just a reminder, we need those first and seconds from classes 101, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to be ringside and ready, please, for the selection of our grand and reserve champion weather. Results from class number 105, Valet Black-Nosed Weathers. First place, lot 39, the Valet Shallot Visser. Second place, lot 40, the Valet Shallot Visser.
We're going to leave them stand the way they are here. We're going to start with the kind of painted up buck here to start off with. A buck that is standing on a little better set of feet and legs for me. Got a lot of substance of bone to this sheep. If this sheep, we get him in better condition, I think there's a lot more natural thickness to this sheep, especially when you get up over top of him. He's got more spring to his rib. He's bigger out through from his loin edges back into his hip compared to a buck in second. But a buck in second, a real pretty profound buck. A buck is straighter in his top line. A buck that does have some natural thickness to him. For me today, I just need to make him a nickel better on his feet, get him up any higher.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 5, Katahdin Fall Ram Lambs. First place, lot 59, KRK Suffolk. Second place, lot 60, KRK Suffolk. Just a reminder, we need those Grand and Reserve Breed Champions to come to the backdrop for a picture, please. Grand and Reserve Breed Champions, come to the backdrop for a picture, please. Now entering the ring is class number 6, Katahdin January Ram Lambs. Excuse me, we will be selecting our senior champion, Katahdin Ram.
For me today in your senior champion drive for the Katahdins, I'm going to use a yearling buck. He'll be your senior champion buck. And we'll come back in the fall buck. He'll be your reserve senior.
Your champion Katahdin Ram Senior Ram came out of class number 4, lot 58, KRK Katahdins. Your reserve came out of class number 5, lot 59, KRK Katahdins.
Really good set of crossbred weathers. And these first two are really good, and they got some give and take to them. The body style of the front one's probably a little more my speed through the front 1/3 of his body. He's just a nickel or taller fronted. He's a little shallower in his forerib, and his underlying progression's a little more ideal. this sheep, he's really immature, but when you put your hands on him, this thing's got a big square loin edge. He's a little immature yet in his hip shape, but this one here is really good on his feet and legs, a little extra bone. I think this one's really good. Now, the powerful hip sheep's the one in second. This one really got a big square hip to him and his pin set to him. He's maybe a little more parallel in his underlying design that I'd like to see at this stage when I be comparatively to the first one. But this one is opened up, big caged and big hip. Certainly a good end point for this one. The one in third is a really solid, complete kind of sheep that kind of ran into two really good ones in this particular class. This one's just fundamentally really good in terms of balance and feet and legs and symmetry. Put your hands on him. He's got enough muscle in him. I think just another really good project. This little skinny sheep in fourth, I think, has got a lot of merit to him. You put your hands on him, this thing's got a fresh, hard touch. He's got a big loin edge. The days on feed will be this one's friend. I think he's certainly one to study on, and if he can fit your endpoint, he's definitely one to take a look at. And the final two sheep are just a little bigger scaled comparatively, but that's all right. There's probably an earlier show they can go to. They both have good muscle design and muscle shape to them. So again, 6 really good crossbred sheep to take a look at.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 106, Crossbred Weathers. First place, lot 342, Flockslayer Farms, LLC. Second place, lot 287, Johnson Family Showstock. Third place, lot 252, Sampson Sheep. Fourth place, lot 375, Brady Showstock. Fifth place, lot 363, Flessner Club Lambs. Sixth place, lot 376, Brady Showstock. Now in the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 6, Katahdin January Ram Lambs. We need those firsts and seconds from class number 101, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to be ringside and ready, please, for the selection of our champion and reserve champion, Weather. This is first call for class number 107, Dorset Ram Lambs, to the makeup ring, please. First call, class number 107, Dorset Ram Lambs, to the makeup ring, please. This will be the second call, class number 7, Katahdin Ewe Lambs, to the makeup ring.
We're on a Katahdin buck lamb class. The buck I'm going to start with, he maybe is not the biggest statured one in the class, but for me today, he's the most complete. He's the most balanced up. A buck that also, when you get up over top of him, you get your hands on him, there's the most natural product in this sheep. Easily for me, I think he's an easy class winner in my mind. The buck will come in second, a little bigger statured buck, more extended kind of buck. A buck that once you get your hands on him, he closes up a little bit for me today in his rib shape compared to our class winner. But a buck that's got a nice turn to him. He gets out and he travels really good, free and easily. Nice pair on the top end here. We round out the class with a buck in third. When you just get up over top of this sheep, it's just not near as much natural product compared to the two right above him. Today, you get him any higher in class, but a buck, it is good on his feet and legs, and he gets out and he travels free and easy.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 6, first place, lot 51, Francis Farms Katahdins, also your junior champion. Second place and reserve junior champion, lot number 50, Francis Farm Katahdins. Third place, lot 61, KRK Katahdins. We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Now entering the ring on the Weather Sire side, we will be selecting our champion and reserve champion, Weathers. Final call for class number 107, Dorset Ram Lambs, to the makeup ring, please. Final call, class number 107, Dorset Rams, to the makeup ring, please. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side, we will be selecting our champion Katahdin Ram.
Me today we're in our Katahdin buck show. For me, I'm going to use my spring buck. He's your junior champion buck. He's going to be your grand champion buck. Like I said in class, Bucket for me just balances up really well. Bucket's got a lot of natural thickness and turn to his rib to him compared to the rest. The Bucket for reserve, we're going to come out and use our senior champion buck. A yearling Bucket's really good on his feet and legs. He's got some substance of bone to him. A Bucket has got some turn and rib shape to him. A Bucket's got some muscle into him once again. Also, a nice pair of yearling bucks in your Katahdin, or a nice pair of bucks for your Katahdin buck show.
Well, let's congratulate these division winners in this weather show. Certainly a high-quality set of sheep. You know, we didn't have a lot of numbers in each division, but the really nice part is there's a lot of quality all the way down from the top to the bottom. And these sheep don't all look alike. Obviously, sheep come in different sizes and maturity levels, and you just got to pick your poison and see which one's going to fit your particular show and endpoint in mind. I think away this summer or county show here next week, and then we got some that'll definitely play into the fall and into the winter shows. So a lot of really good sheep. To me, it comes down to just personal preference. These two crossbreds fit me real well, so they'll be your grand in reserve.
Your champion Katahdin Ram came out of class number 6. Lot 51, Francis Farms Katahdins. Your reserve champion came out of class number 4, Lot 58, KRK Katahdins. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 7, Katahdin Yearling Ewes. Now entering the ring on the Weathersider side is class number 107, Dorset Ram Lambs. Be second call for class number 8, Katahdin Fall Ewe Lambs to the makeup ring, please. Second call, class number 8, Katahdin Fall Ewe Lambs to the makeup ring, please.
We're in our Katahdin yearling ewe class. A yearling ewe is a pretty easy winner for me. A ewe has just got a lot more substance to her. She's got more turn to her center part of her body, a lot more thickness when you get your hands on her. A ewe in second, real pretty profile on you, real straight in her lines, a really good top line in this ewe. When you get up over top of her, just not as near as much sheer mass and body dimension as the ewe we win the class with.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Your champion Weather came out of class number 106. The Crossbred Weather's first champion is lot 342, Flockslayer Farms LLC. Reserve champion was lot 287, Johnson Family Showstock. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 8, Katahdin Fall Ewe Lambs. This will be the first and second call for class number 9, Katahdin January Ewe Lambs. Now entering the ring on results.
What are you looking for? The Katahdin?
This will be second call, class number 108, Dorset Ewe Lambs to the makeup ring, please. Your senior champion, Katahdin Ewe, came out of class, first place out of class number 7, Katahdin Yearling Ewes, lot 63, KRK Katahdins. Second place, lot 64, KRK Katahdins. you're in the barn and you're showing Suffolks, be thinking about getting those ready here pretty quick. If you are showing Suffolks, be thinking about getting those ready here pretty quick.
So we move into the Dorset division. We've got 4 really good buck lambs out here, and they all got some give and take about them. They all got some youth locks they can improve. I think just come out here and take a look at them and see which one has the parts and pieces you need to add to your flock. For me, the one that puts it all together is the one in the first hull. His moderation of frame kind of fits me pretty well. When you put your hands on this sheep, he's the levelest down his top. He's the biggest in his rack and out over his hip, and he's definitely the biggest in his pin set. You may want to make him just a nickel taller fronted if that's a really good solid sheep to win this class. 1s and 2 and 3 got some give and take. I just like the pattern of the one in second. I think he's tidier in his shoulder blade. He's a little neater in his chest floor. He's a sheep when you put your hands on him. Probably is the freshest topped one of we have out here of the 4 sheep. I think here's one that's still immature in his lines and his skeleton, but a little more time on feed, and I think this one will surprise you. This is a pretty nice sheep. The one in third's probably going to be the biggest scaled, biggest outline. If you need to add some power and some grow to your sheep, I think this Dorset Ram will do it. He's a big cage sheep that's got a big top and a big hip. Maybe not quite as tight in his blade as the one in second, but I think he's got his place as well. The one in fourth is probably the longest bodied sheep in the class. He, again's a little more parallel in his underline, maybe a little tighter in his spine, but this is a sheep that's grown really well. He's got that extra length of body if you need to add some length and some pounds to your flock.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle.
Over on the Katahdin side, the ewe lamb I'm going to land on, she just fits me really, really well. Ewe lamb is really balanced, and she's good in her design. Her feet and legs are really good, and when you get her into motion, you don't change your mind one bit. Her top line stays down in her when she goes for you. Ewe lamb, when you get your hands on her, there's plenty of product to this ewe lamb. She's got a really good turn to her rib. I just think an awful nice one to start the class with. Ewe lamb comes next in line. For me, is second and third are real similar and closer in their design. I think for me today, there's just a nickel more natural product in the ewe lamb, and we're going to stand second, especially when you get up over top of her. She's got a little more spring to her rib. She's got a little, she's bolder and more expressive out in her loin compared to the ewe in third. The ewe lamb in third, a little much longer. She's longer sided. Ewe lamb, when you get your hands on her, for me, she just narrows up. She gets a little closed up in her rib cage compared to the 2 right above her in class today to get her any higher. Then we round out the class with a ewe lamb, another real functional kind of ewe lamb. A ewe lamb, when you get her out and move, she's good on her feet and legs, but a ewe lamb, when you get up over top of her, just not as much natural product compared to the ones right above her.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 107 Dorset Ram Lambs. First place, lot 324, Tewalt Livestock. Second place, lot 263, Johnson Family Show Stock. Third place, lot 262, Johnson Family Show Stock.
I'm missing Fisher, lot 168.
Fisher, lot 168, class 108 is going into the ring. Fisher, lot 108, class is going into the ring. Third place from class number 107, Dorset Ram Lambs, lot 262, Johnson Family Show Stock. I need them. Fourth place, lot 258, A-plus Club Lambs. Now, in the breeding sheep side, we will be selecting our senior champion, Katahdin ewe. Now entering the ring on the weather side is class 108 Dorset ewe lambs.
Over on the Katahdin for your senior champion ewe. for me today. Like I said in class, I really like this fall ewe lamb. I think she's just awful good. She's really good on her and move. When you get her into motion and on the move, ewe stays really good and level, square. I just think she's awful good. She'll be your senior champion ewe, and we're gonna come back and reserve will be the yearling ewe.
Your senior champion Katahdin U came in a class number 8, lot 52, Francis Family Farms. Your reserve came out of class number 7, lot 63, KRK Katahdins. Now entering the ring is class number 9, Katahdin January ewe lambs. We would like to introduce our breeding sheep judge for this weekend, Mr. Jeff Rapaski. For those who may not know, Jeff owns and operates Northern Star Livestock Services and runs around 350 Weather and Southdown ewes. Jeff grew up in eastern Ohio on a cattle operation with 175 mama cows and earned his degree from Colby Community College in Kansas. We are grateful for his expertise and dedication for today. If we could we please give Mr. Jeff Rapaski a round of applause. We need those fitted Suffolks headed our way. Fitted Suffolks, please make your way to the makeup ring, please.
Four really good Dorset females out here, and they've all got some give and take to them, and there's strengths about all four of them, and they're obviously all in different stages of maturity and age, and they're just lined up here. I think the way I like them the best in terms of just balance. You get them out in motion, the sheep in first and second kind of separate themselves. The one in first, I think, is the best balanced sheep we have out here. She's a sheep that when you put your hands on her, she's the most opened up in her cage. She's the levelest in her spine, and she handles the squarest in her loin edge. Now, she's not perfect right out there in her neck set. We need to change that a little bit. But I think in this particular class, she's got most of the positives that I think I'm looking for if I had a white program. Now, the one in second, when you take her home to your flock, you're going to have to protect her a little bit in terms of base width. But why she's in second is when you put them in motion, she is the best one in terms of keeping her spine relaxed and keeping her spine set down in her. I think as far as design, she's very good in her underline progression. I'd just like to open her up a little bit. Now, the powerhouse brood ewes probably in third. I can see her raising something very special one day, but when you get her off on the side view, she's just a little deeper through her front 1/3 than I'd like to see, but she's obviously a big powerhouse sheep that's got a big cage, a big hip, her feet and legs are good. I think you just breed her to a buck that's going to protect the front 1/3, and you'll probably raise a stud buck. The one in fourth is probably the best designed one. She's a little real immature in her type and kind. I do believe she's going to be a little bigger frame than the other three above her, but I like that about her. I think she's level, she's correct. I just like to maybe just open her up a little bit from front to rear as I compare to the top three. But that's being really critical on four really good sheep. All these sheep definitely got a place in the industry.
Over here on the Katahdin side of the spring ewe lambs, Ewe Lamb, I think, lands at the top pretty easily for me. Ewe Lamb, she's just really robust. She's big ribbed and bodied. Ewe Lamb, when she gets out, she travels on a really excellent set of feet and legs. Ewe Lamb's got some length of body to her. She's really good from her 13th rib back. Ewe Lamb in second, really good spine. Ewe Lamb, when you get her into motion, Ewe Lamb just not quite as much of her as our class winner for her sheer body and roundness of her rib, but I think she's a lot younger and age-wise compared to her predecessors on each side of her. Ewe Lamb also once when you get her into motion, she's really good on her feet and legs once again. All three of them are. Ewe Lamb we round out the class with. Ewe Lamb gets closed up a little bit in her rib cage for me. Ewe Lamb is just done not quite as level on her spine work compared to the two right above her compared when today.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 9, Katahdin January ewe lambs. First place and champion junior, lot number 54, Francis Family Farms. Second place, lot 55, and reserve champion junior, Francis Family Farms. Third place, lot 67, KRK Katahdins. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side, we will be selecting our champion Katahdin ewe. Results from class number 108, Dorset ewe lambs. First place, lot 335, Oklahoma State. Second place, lot 168, Fisher Club Lambs. Third place, lot 191, Johnston Club Lambs. Fourth place, lot 261, Johnson Family Show Stock. Now entering the ring on the Weathersider side is class number 109, Dorset ewe lambs. We would like to thank our sponsors for this weekend. We couldn't do it without you guys. California, Suffolk, and Hampshire Sheep Breeders Association, the University of Idaho, RSG, Sullivan Supply, Showright Feeds, Team Wolf, and 5 Days Out. Just a reminder, at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time this evening, we will be having our Royal Flush Genetics sale here at the barn on the carpet.
For a champion Katahdin ewe, it wasn't a real big number show, but the quality has been really good. Excuse me. I think we got 4 high quality individuals out here for the most part, and you'll hear this out of my mouth a lot today. I like sheep. It's got some rib design to them. They got to be really good on their feet and legs and get out and move, and all 4 of these individuals do that really well. For me today, there's one individual I think just adds a little more to the mixing pot for me. I think she does a little neater job, maybe just a little more of her. For me today is Spring ewe lamb. She got a notch more bone. She'll be your champion Katahdin ewe for me today. I'm going to come back to my reserve senior ewe lamb, or for reserve will be a senior ewe lamb. She'll be a reserve champion.
Your champion Katahdin ewe came out of class number 9 and was junior champion, lot 54, Francis Family Farms. Reserve came out of class number 8, lot 52, Francis Family Farms. Now entering the ring is class number 11, Suffolk Fitted Yearling Rams. Now entering the ring is class number 11, Suffolk Fitted Yearling Rams. Just a reminder, if you have fitted Suffolks, please be making your way to the makeup ring, please. If you have fitted Suffolks, just a reminder, please make your way to the makeup ring, please.
Well, certainly a lot of heat in this particular Dorset class. These are 4 of the best sheep we've seen all day here so far early this morning. But, boy, these 4 all got some bells and whistles to offer, and you just pick your poison and see which one you want to land on. I think the best one for the future and the best show you combination's the one in first, especially when you get your hands on her. She's wedged just the way she's supposed to be built. She's got a big fresh rack in her, big flat hip in her. Great on her feet and legs. I think the one that's certainly going to have a lot of future as a show you, but yet she has some unique pieces to offer a breeding program that she can make the next generation quite a bit better. Now, if you want to just size them up on sheer touch and hardness of muscle shape, and that's something this breed probably needs to look at, is this one in second does that to the extreme. Really flat in terms of her back shape, big rack, big flat loin, big hip. She comes just a little more bunched together to me in terms of length of body and extension, but she's very good on her feet and legs. I think if you take her out and walk her just a little bit slower would be to her advantage, because she comes off just a little choppier the faster she gets. And same way with the sheep in third. This is a hard muscled sheep. I mean, she's got a big rack shape, a big loin edge, a real good sheep. Just maybe comparatively now, if we want to be nitpicky to the top end and how we line them up, she's maybe a little rounder in terms of her muscle. And she, again, when you get her in motion, I'd probably slow her up to make her balance just a little bit better from the side. The one in fourth just ran into 3 really good sheep in this class, because she's really good in her own right. She is a fresh handling, hard touching sheep. I like her design, her balance. From the side, she's very good in terms of her underline and her top line. She just needs to be just a little more opened up as I compare them to the top three. But 4 really good sheep. I'd come out and for close inspection and see which one suits you the best.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle.
We're on our Suffolk fitted yearling bucks class. The buck I'm going to land on is a little heavier structured buck as far as his bone work and his footwork goes. A buck that's got some substance or got some muscle to him. He's got some turn to his rib. A buck that's really nice about his head. A buck that's got some length of body and he's long from his 13th rib back. A buck comes second. Next in line is a buck maybe just gets a little bit finer in his bone work compared to our class winner. A buck it does have a notch more length of body, length of side compared to our class winner. A buck for me, I'd just like to see him just get out and travel just a nickel better compared to get up any higher.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 11 Suffolk Fitted Yearling Rams. First place, lot 19 A&K Suffolks. Second place, lot 20 A&K Suffolks. Those were also your champion and reserve champion senior fitted ram. Results from class number 109 Dorset Ewe Lambs. First place, lot 116 Triple D Genetics. Second place, lot 325 Tewalt Livestock. Third place, lot 182 Dow Club Lambs. Fourth place, lot 216 Ahart Club Lambs. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 12 Suffolk Fitted January Ram Lambs.
Let's move in here to these lighter weight Dorset girls. We really got 3 really nice little projects here, and I think the one that wins this class is a really good designed one. I love her rib cage and her underline progression from the side view. You put your hands on her. She's a big rack sheep that's definitely got a lot of muscle shape for one in this stage of her maturity. I think this one's very high caliber and very elite. I think this one can do a lot of nice things moving on down the road. The one in second's a little extra length of body in this one, but when you put your hands on her, she's opened up in her cage, she's flattened her loin edge and squaring her pin set. Still good on her feet and legs. I think another really good project. The one in third, maybe a little more not as descript in terms of muscle shape when you put your hands on her, but she's very proportional, very well balanced. 3 really good ewe lambs.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle on class number 110 Dorset ewe lambs. First place, lot 169, Fisher Club lambs. Second place, lot 115, Stardust Sheep Farm. Third place, lot 140, Foreman Livestock.
Out here in our Suffolk spring buck lamb class. Buck I'm going to like to start with a buck, he's got more added substance to his bone work. A buck that gets out and travels as good as anything we got in the class. Buck, when you get your hands on her, he's opened up in his rib cage. He's big and flat out his loin through his hip. And especially when you get it's right in behind him, the center part of his stifle, he's got a lot more product working than anything we got in class. The buck in second comes in line, a real good footed buck. When you get him into motion, he travels good for me. When I get up over top of him and get behind him, he just gives up quite a bit of natural thickness and muscling compared to the one right in front of him that we went with. And then we round out the class with a buck. I say a lot of the same things about this buck. The buck in second, when you get your hands on him, just not quite as robust in his rib, not quite as opened up in his body cavity compared to the 2 right above him in class.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 12, Suffolk fitted January Ram lambs. First place, lot 4, JMG Suffolks. Second place, lot 22, A&K Suffolks. Third place, lot 23, A&K Suffolks.
Let's give these Dorset female exhibitors a nice hand and congratulate them. An excellent set of females they brought out this morning. Is that all the better we can do? Okay. Well, I think they're very good. So I think there's some quality in each one of these classes. I think all the way from top to bottom in this particular breed, we had some unique pieces, and I think there's some a sheep out here that can definitely make this breed a little more competitive and make the next generation better. I thought that middle class was exceptional. The Grand and Reserve will come out of that particular class, and we'll keep those 2 females together.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 13, Suffolk fitted February Ram lambs. Your junior champion, Dorset U, came out of class number 109, lot 116, Triple D Genetics. She's also our champion, Dorset U. Your reserve champion, junior, and reserve champion, Dorset U, also came out of class 109, lot 325, Tewalt Livestock. Now entering the ring on the Weather Dam side is class number 111, Dorset Advantage Ram Lambs.
For Suffolk. On our Suffolk February buck lamb class, only in a single entry, but a buck that's really high quality. A buck, when you get him out and move, he really gets out and goes. He's good on his feet and legs exceptionally well. Probably as good a moving one as we've seen today. A buck, when you get your hands on him for his age, he's got some thickness to him. He's got some loin and hip. A buck, when I said, he's really elegant up through his shoulder and his neck extension. Just an awful nice one for this class.
Just a single entry out here in this Dorset Advantage buck lamb drive. And boy, here's one you need to look at. If you need to make your sheep bigger cage, rounder cage, and bigger racked and bigger hipped, I'd definitely come out and take a look at this one, because what this one does to a high degree, he's really good at. Definitely a big cage, round-bodied sheep, still attractive in his design, but boy, just as far as sheer muscle and power, he's definitely one to consider.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 13, Suffolk Fitted February Ram Lambs, first place lot 324, A&K Suffolks. Results from class number 111, Dorset Advantage Ram Lambs, first place lot 197, Northern Star Livestock. Now entering the ring on the weather side is class number 112, Dorset Advantage Yearling Ewes. Now in the ring on the breeding sheep side, we will be selecting our champion and reserve champion, Junior Fitted Ram.
For our junior champion Suffolk Ram show or fitted show, for me, I think there's two. It comes down to two individuals. You got a buck that's a little more robust in his rib design. He's got a little more. He's got more product to him at this stage of his life. A buck that's maybe. I'd like to change him in a couple places for me, but then we come down and we got a buck that's really smooth, real pretty for design from the side. The buck, it gives up quite a bit of natural thickness compared to the other buck. I get it, you just got to decide where you want to take your operation and where you want to land on what you would like to do with your projects and your flock. For me today, I'm going to stay with the sheep. I think it's a little more sound on him, and especially when you get him into motion. For me, he stays good in his shoulder and hip through his neck extension. He'll be a late buck. He'll be your junior champion buck, and we're going to come back for I guess, January or early buck. He'll be your reserve junior champion.
A lot of quality here out in this yearling ewe drive, and you pick which one you like the best and which one suits your program. But for me, the one that kind of puts all the things together is the one in the first hole, especially when you get him in motion. Her extra length of hip and length of stride and balance, and the way she holds her spine down in her when she's on the move, I think is very ideal. Then you get your hands on her and study her over her top line. She is way opened up in the middle part of her cage, real flat in her loin edge, real square in her hip. I think just a high quality one. The one in second is just sheer hard muscle. I mean, this thing is fresh to the touch. There's not an ounce of fat on her. She's hard backed. She's got a big hip. I like that when we get her in motion, just extend her hip out and make her take a little extra length of stride. That's being really nitpicky on a very high quality one. That's certainly going to make the next generation better as well. The one in third is just a really good, complete sheep. She's well balanced on her feet and legs. She's well designed. She just came into a class with a little extra heat in it, but 3 really good females.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Your champion junior fitted ram came out of class number 13, lot 24, A&K Suffolk. Reserve champion came out of class number 12, lot number 4, JMG Suffolk. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side, we will be selecting our champion fitted ram. Results from class number 112, Dorset Advantage Yearling Ewes. First place and senior champion, lot 160, Middlesworth Club Lambs. Second place, lot 187, and reserve champion, senior Dow Club Lambs. Third place, lot 138, Foreman Livestock. Now in the ring, we will be selecting our champion fitted ram.
A very champion Suffolk fitted buck. For me, it's a pretty easy decision. I'm going to use my spring buck, your junior champion buck. He'll be your grand champion buck. And then I think it gets a lot closer into where you want to lay your judgment on. For me today, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick with my reserve junior champion buck. He'll be your reserve grand buck.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Your champion fitted ram was your junior champion, lot number 24, A&K Suffolk. Your reserve champion fitted ram was your reserve junior, lot number 4, JMG Suffolk. Now entering the ring is class number 14, lot 21, A&K Suffolk.
Really good ewe lambs here in this particular class. This one that wins it, I think, is very elite. I mean, you study this one through the front 1/3 of her skeleton, the way she ties her chest floor into her body cavity and her shortness of blade. Then you get her hands on her, and she's a big rack, big square loin edge sheep that's very hard to the touch, very good on her feet and legs. I think this is definitely one to mark down for a very excellent show prospect. This black baldy stock and footed one certainly is a hard handling sheep. She's extra long bodied. She's hard and fresh to the touch. I'd like to redesign her in the front 1/3 of her skeleton, and she's getting just a nickel longer in her blade and change her the way her neck comes out of the top side of her shoulder. But as far as freshness of touch and openness of cage and squareness of hip, that's a very good sheep. The one in third's also very good. She's a hard touch sheep. She maybe is not as proportional in terms of her balance in weight distribution as the first two, but 3 high quality females.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle.
Only a single entry in this Suffolk yearling fitted class, U class, but a very high quality individual in her own right. She could stand quite a bit more competition. It's really good on her shoulder and up through her neck extension, the way her neck sets. When you get your hands on her, she's really opened up in her cage and good and flat and big and out through her loin and her hip area. Gets out and moves quite a bit. I'd come out and expect this one quite a bit.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 14A, Suffolk Fitted Yearling Ewes. First place and senior champion, Lot 21, A&K Suffolks. Results from class number 113, Dorset Advantage Ewe Lambs. First place, Lot 264, Johnson Family Showstock. Second place, Lot 177, Mayo and Fisher Club Lambs. Third place, Lot 345, Kamazi Sheep. Now entering the ring on the Weathershire side is class number 114, Dorset Advantage Ewe Lambs.
Another single entry in this Suffolk ewe lamb class, but a very high quality individual. A ewe lamb that really balances up nice. She's really good in her design. She's got some natural thickness and some width at the ground when she goes into motion. I think just an awful high quality individual.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 14B, Suffolk Fitted January Ewe Lambs, lot number 5, JMG Suffolks. Also your junior champion.
3 really nice speckled females again, and the best balance, best design one with the hardest touch is the one we're going to put in the first hole. Very good in terms of her pattern and her design, and you put your hands on her. She's the best touching one of the 3. I think a sheep that's certainly immature yet, but has a lot of future as a show you down the road. The one in second is a little more opened up in terms of her cage. She's one that's just got a little more hide on her and maybe doesn't handle her spine quite as nicely as the one in first, but another high quality ewe lamb that's good in her feet and legs and very opened up in her body cavity. The black one here in third, just a little finer in terms of her feature, but when you put your hands on her, she's a nice touching sheep, certainly good about her hide and her pattern, just like to stouten her up in terms of her bone and her shape.
Over for your champion, Suffolk Fitted Ewe. For me today, I think the junior champion ewe, the spring ewe lamb, she gives me a notch more added length of body compared to our senior champion ewe. A ewe is really elegant. I like when she gets out and goes. She handles her rear legs exceptionally well, and she's wide at the ground. She'll be your champion, Suffolk Fitted Ewe, and then the yearling ewe will be your reserve champion.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle on both sides. Your junior champion. Your champion fitted Suffolk U was your junior champion. Came out of class number 14B, lot number 5, JMG Suffolk's, and your reserve was your senior champion out of class 14A, lot 21, A&K Suffolk's. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side, class number 15, Suffolk Slick Yearling Rams. Results from class number 114, Dorset Advantage Ewe Lambs. First place, lot 114, Stardust Sheep Farm. Second place, lot 139, Foreman Livestock. Third place, lot 215, A Heart Club Lambs. Now entering the ring on the Weathersider side is class number 115, Dorset Advantage Ewe Lambs. We need those first and seconds from classes 113, 14, and 15 to be ringside and ready, please, for the selection of our junior champion, Dorset Advantage Ewe Lamb.
A lot of heat here as we move into this speckled division, and all 5 of these are 5 of the better sheep we've seen yet this morning. And the high rent one's the one in first. This one hits me real well. I think this is a good designed one that's built extremely good on her feet and legs and her body cavity. You study the way this one's built, either from the side or from the rear. She's really opened up in her cage. She's big and flat in terms of her loin and into her hip. She's not as big and extended as some of them out here, but I think that's just a stage of her maturity that she's in. I think moving on down the road, this is certainly the one that hits me the best, and I think a very high-quality sheep. The one in second probably follows her the closest in terms of touch and handle. You get this one on the side view, and she's very good in terms of her underline progression. You put your hands on her. She's opened up in her cage. She's flat in her loin edge. I just like the balance and the extra base width that she has, and that's why she's in the hole in second. This cool-looking one in third is always going to draw the judges' attention in terms of her color pattern and her design. She's way wild in terms of her neck. She's long-fronted, very good in her blade. She's straight and level in terms of all of her lines. Maybe not quite as opened up as the first two, but she's certainly got her place. I think that's another high-caliber one that certainly is going to be very attractive as a show you. For me personally, I just like the moderation and the openness of cage as the first two, but I think she's very, very good. The one in fourth, really good female. She's very proportional in terms of her side view balance and her underline. She's got a big cage in her. She's maybe not as neatly tidied up in terms of the way her neck comes out of her top of her shoulder as the first three. And then we had a fifth one that was very long-bodied, very good handling, maybe not quite as square in the loin edge as these first four, but five of the better sheep we've seen. I'd certainly recommend coming out here and see which one fits your program the best.
It's an awful nice and a stout set of slick shear yearling bucks. Back in the day when we were running out here and bringing bucks that were fitted, they were more targeted towards the range bucks. These are kind of the bucks that I think them guys would latch onto. They're high volume bucks. They got a lot of natural product to them. Bucks that get out and they're really good on their feet and legs and move. A buck, and I'm going to start with, there's a lot of product in this sheep. There's a lot of design as far as his rib shape goes. He's really opened up. You get up over top of this sheep, he's not fat, he's not soft. I mean, this is just all sheep. He comes back into a big hip and a lot of center part leg. The best attributes, you get this sheep and you put him into motion, he actually looks better when he goes on the move than when he stops and he's propped up. Yeah, question, you think he's maybe a little too deep-sided and maybe a little bit deeper through the front third of his body when he stops. When you get him into motion, he actually jacks up and he comes up into himself and he gets out and he travels. For me, I just think he's an awful nice one. Is he lighter in his bone work compared to our second place buck? Absolutely. But I think there's just too much natural product for this sheep to me to get it, not using today. The buck in second, a little bigger stature buck. A buck is really big in his bone and footwork. Another buck, he gets out when you get him to go. Boy, he just gets out and he glides around the ring. He travels really free and easy. A buck, when I get right in behind him, he just doesn't have quite as much natural mass and muscling compared to our class winner today to get around him. But like I said, a buck that's really lays good in his shoulder. He's elegant the way his neck set into him. He comes up out into a long front end. I think this is an awful good pair up here on the top end. The buck comes in next in line. A buck, for me, maybe just getting nitpicking on him. A buck, he does get a little deeper through the front third of his body compared to the rest of him. Like to deepen him up in his flank area. A buck, I'd just like to lighten him up in his tent and his color work just a shade as far as on his body goes compared to the two right above him in today. But another buck that's real heavy statured in his bone work. A buck that gets out and goes really free and easy. The buck comes next in line as a buck. He lightens up in his bone work for me today. Maybe just getting a nickel softer on his pasterns compared to the three right above him today. But another buck, when you get right up over top of the sheep, there's a lot of natural muscle working in this old guy. There's just a lot of heavy muscle sheep in this whole class. Then we're going to round out the class next in line, a buck for me. A buck just, for when I get in right behind him, he's the lightest muscle of the four that's right in front of him. A buck that's a little softer to the touch compared to the ones right above him today to get him up any higher in class.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle.
So we get into this particular division. We got 6 really high-quality females out here, and obviously they don't all come in the same mold in terms of type and kind. There's some differences in terms of frame size and maturity level and where they're going to end at. You just find the one that fits you and you fit your program. For me personally, there's 2 of them out here a little bit more my speed in terms of moderation and open up of cage and underlying progression. We're going to keep the 2 lightweights together for your grand reserve.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 115, Dorset Advantage ewe lambs. First place, lot 209, Miller Farm, South Dakota. Second place, lot 170, Fisher Club lambs. Third place, lot 207, Miller Farm, South Dakota. Fourth place, lot 333, Oklahoma State. Fifth place, lot 113, Stardust Sheep Farm. Results from class number 15, Suffolk Slick Yearling Rams. First place, lot 6, University of Idaho Sheep Center. Second place, lot number 1, Macaulay Suffolks. Third place, lot 8, University of Idaho Sheep Center. Fourth place, lot 7, University of Idaho Sheep Center. Fifth place, lot 17, Alves Livestock.
Champion Junior. 209.
For what?
Champion Junior. Dorset Advantage ewe lamb.
Your junior champion, Dorset Advantage ewe lamb, came out of class number 115, 209, Miller Farm, South Dakota. Your reserve also came out of class number 115, lot 170, Fisher Club lambs. Now in the ring on the Weathersider side, we will be selecting our champion, Dorset Advantage ewe lamb.
Well, as we pick your overall Dorset Advantage, it's easy to see why when you go to live sales, these speckle-faced sheep certainly are bringing a premium and they're selling very well. They are good design sheep out here. These 4 I really like. I think there's a place for all 4 of them. I think there's some strengths in each one of them. I think there's a lot of different ways you can go about injecting these into your program. It gets really close for me. I like all 4 of these quite a bit, and I could play in my mind switching all 4 of them around and still have a reason to do it. But for me, I think the yearling ewe that win that first division is so well balanced and so complete. We'll use her for the grand, and I think there's a ton of future in this ewe lamb. She's going to be your reserve.
Now entering the ring On the breeding sheep side is class number 16, Suffolk Slick Fall Ram Lambs.
From
Your champion, Dorset U, was your senior champion out of class number 112, lot 160, Middlesworth Club Lambs. In reserve came out was your junior champion out of class 115, lot 209, Miller Farm, South Dakota. Now entering the weather sire ring is class 116, Speckled Yearling Ewes.
Rear fall Suffolk slick buck. Buck I'm going to use with, I think he wins this class fairly handily for me. A buck that's really neatly designed off the profile. The buck gets shallow in his chest floor. His shoulder lays really good. His neck comes out. When you get your hands on him, he's really good to the touch. He's opened up in his cage and comes into a big flat loin and out in his hip. Buck really gets out and travels good on a good set of feet and legs. An awful high quality individual. The buck that we come next in line with, the buck that's maybe a little bigger in his foot and his bone structure as far as our class winner. But a buck for me, I'd like to just change him a nickel in his breastplate and maybe just make him a little tighter and through the front third of his shoulder compared to our class winner. But a buck, when you get right up over top of him, behind him, there's a lot of natural product in this sheep. He's a lot of muscle and working. Just an awful high quality set of a pair of fall bucks up here.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle.
Really good pair of yearling ewes in this particular class, and both of these certainly have some high value and some high merit to bringing them home to your breeding program. The one that we're going to lead off with, just a nickel bigger bone and a little more opened up in terms of her pin set. But you get off on the side of this one, very elegant in terms of her underlying progression. She's a big back, big hip, square pinned one. Maybe not quite as tall fronted as the one in second. That's where the one in second kind of excels in terms of tallness of front end and smoothness of shoulder. She's just not quite as big pinned, but a very long-bodied, very level spine sheep that's certainly got a lot of merit.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 16, Suffolk Slick Fall Ram Lambs. First place, lot 10, Ahart Club Lambs. Second place, lot 9, University of Idaho Sheep Center. Results from class number 116, Speckled Yearling Ewes. First place, lot 188, Dow Club Lambs. Second place, lot 106, Johnson Club Lambs. Now in the ring, in the breeding sheep ring, we will be selecting our senior champion, Slick's Suffolk Ram.
This pair of speckled ewe lambs, obviously, we got different ages and different maturity levels, but the best designed one, the one that's a little tidier in terms of her shoulder and her chest floor, is the one we're going to land in the first hole. A little more moderate in terms of her kind, but if you study the way her top line sets in her underline progression, and the shape of muscle she has, I think it's a really nice ewe lamb. The ewe in second, obviously, is a brood ewe looking thing. Big cage, big hip, very opened up. Maybe not quite as tidy in terms of the way her neck comes out of the top of her shoulder, but two very good speckled ewe lambs.
We're for your senior champion in your Suffolk Slick Gram show. I think we got 4 awful high quality individuals out here. They're a little different in each one of them, but I think they all got a lot of the same things in common. They all can get out and travel really free and easily, and very true when you put him into motion. I think it comes down to the 2 on this front line for me. I think for me today, I really like the buck. It's got just a notch more added eye appeal from the side. He's a notch more shallower. A buck that's got a really good handle to him. He's a kind of the freak, if you want to say, out here in the 4, but he's totally a different one. But I think he's got a lot of good pieces in his own right. Your fall buck is going to be your senior champion buck. I'm going to come back and we're going to use this yearling buck. He'll be your reserve senior champion buck. Just a big old solid and massive kind of yearling buck. It's got a lot of good in him.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from Class 117 Speckled Ewe Lambs. First place and junior champion, Lot 125 Ott Club Lambs. Second place and reserve junior champion, Lot 178 Mayo and Fisher Club Lambs. Now in the ring on the Weathershire side, we will be selecting our champion Speckled Ewe.
So we get these speckles out here for champion. I think we got 4 very excellent females again. I think the 2 yearlings kind of do it for me. I'm going to keep those 2 together and be the grand and reserve of this division.
Your senior champion Suffolk Slick Ram came out of class number 16, lot number 10 Ahart Club Lambs. Your reserve champion came out of class number 16, lot number 9. Excuse me. Your reserve champion came out of class number 15, lot number 6, University of Idaho Sheep Center.
Just a single entry in this spring Slick Suffolk Buck Show. A buck has got a lot of good product in him. I got a lot of good things about him. A buck is really big on his set of feet and legs. Buck is, when you get up over top of him, he's got a lot of natural thickness and product to him. Buck gets out and travels free and easy and good. Just an awful high quality individual. Could stand some more heat.
Results from class number 17. Lot number 3, JMG Suffolks. Lot 304, Flying F's Livestock. Your champion Speckled Ewe came out of class 116, lot 188 Dow Club Lambs. Reserve champion was your reserve champion senior, lot 106 Johnson Club Lambs. Now entering the ring is class number 118 on the Weathershire side, Southdown Rams.
we're going to go ahead and be short and sweet about this. For me today, I really like this pair of senior champion bucks. They're going to be your grand and reserve, grand and reserve slick-sheared Suffolk bucks.
Your champion slick buck came out of class 116. Lot number 10, A-Hart Club Lambs. Your reserve champion came out of class number 15, Lot 6, University of Idaho Sheep Center.
Only a single entry in Suffolk Slick U, but an awful nice individual just to win this class and only be a single entry. Ewe's got some bone work to her. Ewe's really opened up in her cage and got some high volume kind of female for got working on her. Ewe is good down her top line and out through her from her hooks to her pins. She's good from her 13th rib back. Just an awful high quality individual to win this class.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 18, first place lot 13, Joseph Olson, Suffolk.
Just a pair of Southdown bucks, and we got a February and an October, so we got a lot of differences in age and maturity level. So you study them individually, and I think that's where I give the nod to the February sheep. I think he's just a little tighter through his chest floor and his forerib. I like his underline progression a little more to me. Then you study him down his top. He's a little tidier up through the top side of his shoulder and handles very well and leads back into a square pin set that's very good on his feet and legs. Now this October ram is a really nice sheep as well. He's a big bone, big rugged ram, and obviously he's at that stage of his age where he's supposed to look more mature and not quite as cute, but he is maybe not quite as tight in terms of his chest floor and his shoulder blade, but two really good Southdown rams with a lot of differences and a lot of give and take.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class 118, Southdown Ran Lambs, first place and junior champion and champion overall Southdown Ram, lot 304, Flying F's Livestock. Second place, reserve junior champion and reserve Southdown Ram, lot 129, Brassfield Family Show Stock. Now in the ring on the breeding sheep side is class. Now in the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 19, Suffolk Slick Fall Ewe Lambs. Now entering the ring on the weather side, class number 120, Southdown Ewe Lambs.
a slick-sheared fall ewe lamb. Ewe lamb I'm going to start with. Ewe lamb for me, she excels the class pretty handily, especially when you get off on the profile of her. She's just a lot more neat and tidier, and her underline, her shoulder lays really good, and her neck comes out. When you get up over top of her, you progressively gets wider as you come back. Her hook loin, her hip loin juncture is really good on this female. She get into behind her in the center part of her stifle, big and bold. She stands on a really good set of feet and legs, and she gets out and moves. You next in line comes into, she's a little bigger statured kind of female. A female that maybe when you get up over top, or just not quite as wide, sprung from down her rack and out through her loin area as the ewe lamb. We win the class, but a lot of product into this ewe as far as natural capacity and body working on her. The ewe, we round out the class, a little smaller statured kind of ewe lamb. Just like to change her just a nickel when you get her into motion compared to the two right above her.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 19, Suffolk Slick Fall Ewe Lambs. First place, lot 11, A Hart Club Lambs. Second place, lot 15, Joseph Olson Suffolks. Third place, slot 14, Joseph Olson Suffolks.
So moving into the Southdown females, we got three really good exhibits out here, but the one that wins this class certainly has got the show sheep look from the side. I love the way the neck comes out of the top side of her shoulder and the way she's tight in her chest floor. Then you study her in terms of her rib shape and her underline progression. She's really spot on in that regard. You get on top of her, and she's a fresh handling sheep that's very square out through her hip and out through her pin set. I like that one a great deal. These two in second and third are more similar. The sheep in second, I really like that one when she's propped up and you put your handle on her. She's a fresh touching one that has some muscle shape. When you put that one in motion, she kind of drops her chest and raises her spine just a nickel more than I'd like, but that's being nitpicky on a very muscular sheep that certainly has a lot of merit and a lot of value in that regard. The one in third's a little more moderate in terms of her kind. She's got plenty of muscle shape. She's a nickel deeper in terms of her chest floor and her forerib as we compare to the first two, but three really good females.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 19, Southdown Ewe Lambs. Results from class number 119, Southdown Ewe Lambs. First place, lot 130, Brassfield Family Show Stock. Second place, lot 306, Flying F's Livestock. Third place, lot 132, Brassfield Family Show Stock.
Hooray for your senior champion, Slickshorn ewe. For me today, it's a pretty handily decision. I'm going to stick with my fall ewe lamb. She's going to be your senior champion ewe. Then we're going to come back in our yearling ewe. She'll be your reserve senior champion ewe. Congratulations.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Your senior champion, Slick ewe in the Suffolk division, came out of class number 19, lot 11, A Hart Club Lambs. Your reserve champion came out of class number 18, lot 13, Joseph Olson Suffolks. Now in the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 20, Slick Suffolk January ewe lambs. Now entering the ring on the Weathershire side is class 120, Southdown ewe lambs.
Only a single entry in this slick-sheared Suffolk ewe class. Ewe has got a lot of product. She's really bold in her rib. Ewe has got some bone work with her. Just an awful nice individual to win this class.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 20 Suffolk Slick January Ewes is lot 116, and junior champion lot 116 is Joseph Olson Suffolks. Now entering the ring, we will be selecting our champion Slick ewe in the Suffolk division.
For your champion slick-sheared Suffolk ewe, a pretty easy decision. I'm going to stick with my two senior champions. They'll be your grand reserve.
Your champion Slick ewe came out of class number 19, lot 11, A-Hart Club Lambs. And your reserve came out of class number 18, lot number 13, Joseph Olson Suffolks.
Three really good ewe lambs again, all different in terms of their type and kind. And the one that wins the class, if you want to play the weather game in the Southdown breed, I think this is the one that probably will suit you the best. You put the hands on her. She's got a massive rack in her. She's really opened up in her cage. She's hard handling. She's square in her loin edge and her pin set, and she's good on her feet and legs. Now, I'd like to extend her front end to nickel. She gets just a little shorter neck, shorter muzzled for me, but I think as far as just sheer power and sheer touch, she's got a lot of merit. This one in second, obviously, is the longer necked one, the one that's tied better in terms of the top side of her blade. She's one that has a big open cage up. She's not as wide base down her top line as the one in first, but I think here's one with a little more extension, can kind of play the in-between game probably in terms of the tweener Southdown division, but certainly one you need to look at for her extra extension and her extra length of body. Now the one in third's a big, robust caged one. She's really opened up in terms of the middle part of her cage. She's got a lot of muscle shape down her top. She, again, maybe is a nickel shorter neck, but one that if you need to add some power and some dimension to your Southdown game, I'd take a look at her as well.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class 120 Southdown ewe lambs. First place lot 305 Flying F's Livestock. Second place lot 131 Brassfield Family Show Stock. Third place lot 171 Fisher Club Lambs.
Got a single entry in the Valet Buck Show. He'll be your champion buck. Bucket's got some bone work to him. Bucket's good through his shoulder and up through his front end. Just a nice individual to win your Valet Buck Show.
Your champion Valet Black Nose Ram out of class number 21, lot 37, The Valet Chalet now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 22, Valet Black Nose Fall ewe lambs. Now entering the ring on the Weathersire side is class number 121, Southdown ewe lambs.
Single entry here in your black nose valet fall ewe lamb class. A ewe lamb could stand an awful lot more heat in competition. Ewe lamb is really good on her feet and legs structurally. When you get her into motion, stands on a big set of bone work. When you open that fleece up, she doesn't disappoint you one bit. She's really uniform from front to back. You get your hands on her. She's super straight down her spine and out through, and she's got some width and thickness working to her. Off a high quality individual.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle.
Just a pair of the Southdown females in this weight division. And again, we got one a little more weather orientated to win the class. She's a little more robust in terms of her center rib, bigger in terms of her back shape and her hip. The one in seconds maybe a little more extended, a little longer neck, a little longer bodied, probably going to get to be a little bigger framed in terms of future maturity, but a really good pair of ewe lambs come out to analyze.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 121, Southdown ewe lambs. First place, lot 172, Fisher's Club lambs. Second place, lot 133, Brassfield Family Show Stock. Now in the ring on the Weathersire side, we will be selecting our champion Southdown ewe. Big thank you to all of our event sponsors who made today's festivities possible: the California, Suffolk, and Hampshire Sheep Breeders Association, the University of Idaho, RSG, Sullivan Supply, Showright Feeds, Team Wolf, and 5 Days Out. We could not do this weekend without you guys.
Ewe lamb I'm going to start with here on the black nose valet, the spring ewe lamb class. The ewe lamb I'm going to start with, really good footed ewe lamb. When you get her into motion, boy, she just gets out and goes. Probably her added advantage today is is when you get your hands on her and get up over top of her. She's more opened up in her cage, the center part of her body. She's bigger loin and back through her hip compared to our ewe lamb in second. Ewe lamb in second's probably got the advantage as far as being actual having a bigger foot underneath of her. A ewe lamb is a little bit stouter in her bone work, but a ewe lamb for me today just not quite as far along in her maturity pattern. The way I read her, ewe lamb has got. She's really nice in her shoulders. Her neck lays in where it needs to. She's extended. Her fleece is maybe not quite as good as the ewe lamb that we win the class with too. Just not quite as uniform for me today. But a nice, awful high quality pair of individuals in their own rights for this division.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 23. First place, lot 31, Valet Black Nose Sheep of Washington State. Second place, lot 38, the Valet Chalet.
As we pick a champion in the Southdown division, I think, again, 6 very good representatives of this particular breed. There's some different places you can go in terms of if you want to put your strength on in-between or weather type Southdowns. I think you can find your kind out here. There is some that certainly excel in each particular area. I think it's not as cut and dry probably as some of the other divisions we've had here today, but there is one I think that kind of separates a little bit once you start to analyze, and then it's a little closer for second. We're going to use the heavier ewe for champion and follow up with the lightweight ewe for reserve.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Now in the ring on the breeding sheep side, we will be selecting our champion Valet, Black Nose Valet ewe.
For your champion, you and the Black Nose Valet show. It's pretty easily for me. I really like this fall ewe lamb. I like her added substance of bone work. I like when she gets out and moves. She's just so true and free and easy when you get her into motion. And her fleece is really, really good from front to back, just real uniform. She's really wide and sprung up top. Just, I think, an awful high-quality individual. She'll be your champion ewe. Then we're going to come back your spring ewe lamb. She'll be a reserve champion ewe.
Your champion ewe comes out of class number 22, lot 30 of Valet Black Nose Sheep of Washington State. Your reserve champion, Valet Black Nose ewe, comes out of class number 31, Valet Black Nose Sheep of Washington State. Your champion Southdown ewe comes out of class number 119, lot 130, Brassfield Family Show Stock.
172.
And your reserve champion comes out of class number 21, lot 172, Fisher Club Lambs. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 24, Baby Doll Southdown Rams. And on the Weather Sire side is class number 122, Suffolk Yearling Rams.
Just a single entry here in the Suffolk Ram division, and certainly a long-bodied buck that got some extra touch to him in terms of handle and tightness of hide, length of body. Just another nice prospect to look at.
Results from class number 122, Suffolk Yearling Rams. First place, senior champion and champion Suffolk Ram comes out of class number 122, lot 18, Alves Livestock. We now invite you all to come out and give a handle.
only one entry in your baby doll Southdown Ram Show. He'll be your champion buck today, but I'm going to be here to tell you, this old sheep, he could use a lot more competition. You start back and start analyzing this little old guy. He's shallow, he's short-bladed, but boy, his shoulder lays right in him. He's good up top, he's wide out through his hip and his loin. And you stand right behind him, he's got a lot of product. He's wide at the ground, and he gets out and moves really good. Like I said, he could stand a lot more competition. This is an awful high-quality individual.
We now invite you guys to come out and give a handle. Your champion, Baby Doll Southdown Ram, and junior champion comes out of class number 24, lot 91, Muddy Creek Miniatures. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side will be class number 25, Baby Doll Southdown January ewe lambs.
Really a high quality single entry here in this particular division, but boy, here's one you need to look at. Really a good design buck that's good on his feet and legs. You study him from the side view, very high headed, good underline sheep, and good in terms of each particular wedge shaped direction you want to look at him. And then you get your hands on him, big back shape, hard handling to the touch. Big hip shape. I think just a really good ram. Certainly going to inject a lot of power and a lot of muscle into a set of progeny.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Your senior champion, Natural Color Ram, comes out of class number 123, lot 340, Image Club Lambs.
Let's get here in our January Baby Doll Southdown ewe lamb class. Another high quality individual for a single entry. Ewe lamb has got some shape to her. She's got some, she's really good in her top line and out through her hip and her loin. Ewe lamb gets out and moves, travels really nice and easy. Just an awful high quality individual.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 25. Baby Doll Southdown January ewe lambs, first place, lot number 95, Muddy Creek Miniatures. Now entering the ring is class number 26, Baby Doll Southdown February ewe lambs.
Got a contrasting pair here in this particular class of two, but two very good high quality rams. Each got a different purpose in mind, but the one that starts the class, I think the best balanced, highest quality one in terms of just sheer power and muscle. He doesn't disappoint you when you put your hands on him. A big rack sheep with a big square loin edge. He takes that back into a big pin set and a big butt shape. He still get him on the side. He's good in terms of his underline and his shape, and just a really nice place to start this class. Now, if you need to inject some extra scale and look to your ewe flock, here's a tall fronted sheep that's very good in terms of underlying progression. I'd just like to open him up just a little bit in terms of his cage and his overall base width from front to rear, but a good footed sheep that's very attractive.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 124 natural color ram lambs. First place lot 265 Johnson Family Show Stock. Second place lot 303 KP3 Pratt Show Lambs. Those were also your junior champion ram lambs in the natural color division and reserve junior champion. Now in the ring on the Weathershire side, we will be selecting our champion natural color ram.
Really a nice trio of bucks out here that certainly got a lot of positives off for a youth flock. And both these first place bucks are definitely power sheep. I mean, they fit the same mold as far as what their attributes are and their strengths are. I think that yearling buck, he didn't have any competition, but that's just a really good built one that's extremely hard to the touch, a tremendous amount of rack shape and hip shape. He's not perfect right out of his loin edge and his hip, but I think as far as just the sheer power he's going to inject and the tightness of hide and the touch is certainly very, very good. The buck lamb that came out of that last class, this thing's got an awesome loin edge, and the way his backside of his loin ties into his hip is quite remarkable. He's not maybe quite as tidy as terms of tallness of front maybe, but I think as far as just comparing two power sheep with a lot of muscle, I think it's really close. I think you got to kind of just sit back and see which one's going to fit you the best. For me, I'm going to use the buck lamb just because he ties a little neater into the backside of his loin, and I'm going to follow up with the yearling for reserve.
Spring ewe lamb division or the February ewe lamb and the baby doll. I'm going to select to use this natural colored ewe lamb to win the class. I really, really like when this ewe lamb, you get her into motion. Boy, she gets out and travels just free and easy. She hits her stride every time you put her into motion. A ewe lamb is really good as far as she's opened up in her cage. She's got some base width at the ground. A ewe lamb I really appreciate about her breed type. For me, I think she suits me a little bit better as far as being within the realms of probably where we need them to be as far as height-wise for her age division. The ewe lamb in second, once again, really cool made ewe lamb. You like her front third of this ewe lamb? For me, I would question if maybe she's a little verge of getting too big for the breed for her age division in this class. Then we come next in line, ewe lamb, cookie cutter of a ewe lamb right in front of her, really shallow, good bladed ewe lamb. For me, when you get her into motion, she wants to get a little easier in her top line for me compared to the one right above her. Then we round out the class with a ewe lamb. I'm guessing this one, for me, I just need to change her quite a bit about her breed type to get her up any higher in class today.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 26, Baby Doll Southdown February ewe lambs. First place, Lot 97, Fisher Club Lambs. Second place, Lot 94, Muddy Creek Miniatures. Third place, Lot 93, Muddy Creek Miniatures. Fourth place, Lot 92, Mini Creek Miniatures. Your champion natural color ram is your junior champion lot 265 Johnson Family Show Stock, and your reserve champion is your senior champion lot 340 Image Club Lambs. Now in the ring on the Weathersire side is class number 125 natural color yearling ewes. Scarlett Palladini, if you're in the barn, please come to the announcer stand. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 27, Baby Doll Southdown March ewe lambs.
Only a single entry in the March Baby Doll Southdown class, ewe lamb class, but a very, very high quality individual. A ewe lamb, boy, when she gets out in motion, she just gets out and goes. She's really good on the ground. Her feet and legs are really good, and she's perfect off her hind leg. When you get your hands on her, she's super straight down her top. She comes into a pretty big old wide loin for no bigger and no older than she is. Just a really high quality individual. I really like the way her shoulder lays and her neck sets at the top of point of her shoulder. Just an awful high quality individual.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 27, Baby Doll Southdown March ewe lambs. First place, lot number 96, Fisher Club Lambs. Now in the ring, we will be selecting our champion junior and reserve champion junior, Baby Doll Southdown ewe, as well as our champion and reserve champion, Baby Doll Southdown ewe.
Well, we got four really good, the natural colored yearling ewes out here, and come out and pick out the one you think that can move your program to the next level. I think there's some high quality ones out here. The one that wins this class is just altar complete. I don't know if that's the best term to say that, because she's not ordinary. This thing is exceptionally good. You love her design, you love her cage, you love her top shape and her hip shape, the way she comes out in her hip, and then you get her in motion. She's really good in terms of her feet and legs. I like the posture of her back leg very well. I think that's a very high quality, very elite one. And I like this one in second. I think she is as opened up in her middle part of her cage as you can probably get one, and she transitions that all the way back from front to rear. She's very wide in terms of the way she sets her back legs down. She's maybe a nickel parallel in terms of her underline as you compare to the first one, but she's not deep or flat by any means. But this one is way, way good. I think two very high quality ones. These two in third and fourth certainly just are good sheep, and they just ran into a really tough class. They aren't as opened up as the first two, but they are good sheep. The one in third's probably got a little more touch and handle than the one in fourth. The one in fourth is better on her back legs. If you could change them two around, pick the one you like the best. But four high-quality ewes definitely need to be looked at to move your program to the next level.
For your junior champion and your baby doll division. For me, I I really like this March ewe lamb. She's going to be your junior champion ewe lamb. And I think it gets a lot closer. I'm going to follow right in on the ewe matches and follows her a lot in her type and kite. When you get her into motion, she just glides and floats around the ring. Her February ewe lamb will be your reserve junior champion ewe.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 125, natural color yearling ewes. First place and senior champion, lot 128, Schedule Club Lambs. Second place, lot 162, in reserve senior, Neff Livestock. Third place, lot 167, Fisher Club Lambs. Fourth place, lot 122, McLaughlin Club Lambs. Your champion Baby Doll Southdown ewe comes out of class number 27, lot 96, Fisher Club Lambs. Your reserve champion comes out of class number 97, class number 26, lot number 97, Fisher Club Lambs. Now entering the ring on the breeding sheep side is class number 28, Horned Dorset ewe lambs.
Only one horn Dorset ewe lamb and one horn Dorset in for the sale, but a really high quality and elite kind of individual. A ewe lamb, boy, she's good on her feet and legs. Her shoulder lays good and her neck comes out. And she's well extended. Ewe lamb has got some turn to her rib and she's got some muscle working down through the center part of her stifle. Just really good on her rear legs and as far as her posture goes. Just an awful high quality individual to be champion Horned Dorset ewe.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 28. First place, lot 46, Silver Creek Landscapes.